Hey, it's Tony here at Smart Toyota. Today we've got a 2023 Corolla XSE Hatchback. Hey, in this video we're going to check out the new features for 2023. We'll dive inside and check out the interior. Let's get started. So for 2023, Toyota Corolla now comes with an all-new headlight assembly. Of course, they're a full LED headlights, but they've come with a longer amber LED turn signal there. I think it looks really great. It's also a combination daytime running light, so when it goes to white, that's your daytime running light. We do have a projector style LED headlight on there as well, so a little bit different style up front. And then the XE edition has LED fog lights down here on the lower bumper as well. We also have automatic high beams and automatic on and off on those headlights. The color on this one is Wind Chill Pearl, which is an extra charge color, an extra $500, so pretty cool color on here. They did stick with the gloss black front fascia here with the grille, the upper part of the grille, Toyota badge in the center there. On the sedan, they went more with a matte black finish on the grille for 2023, and then they're also using some of this satin silver finish here as well. So a really nice aggressive look on there. Definitely a sportier look than last year. Let me know in the comments if you like the changes that they've made on the front of the Corolla for 2023. Let's go ahead and swing around to the side here. They've included a new wheel style for 2023. It's still an 18-inch cast aluminum wheel, but it's kind of like a carbon look or a charcoal gray painted alloy wheel, so it's an all-new wheel style. Chrome lug nuts are standard, but they also offer an upgraded carbon looking lug nuts, same color as this, but these are the chrome lug nuts. It's a super low profile tire, so it's a 40 series tire with a reinforced sidewall. Handles nicely at high speeds. Four-wheel disc brakes, anti-lock brakes, traction control standard on all of the Corollas for 2023. Now this one does have the extra charge, the upgraded black roof, gloss black, midnight black painted roof with the midnight black painted shark fin antenna, and then your spoiler down the back. That's an additional $500 charge. I think it ties in really nicely with the black wheels, the outside mirrors, midnight black as well, LED turn signals in the mirrors. These do fold in, so if you've got a tight parking space or garage, fold in nicely. They also break away like so, so if somebody clips it with a bike or a shopping cart, it'll minimize damage. And then we also have heated outside mirrors, power mirrors, and this does have the blind spot monitoring package on there as well. Outside door handles are painted color to match. XSE trim does come with the smart keyless entry system, so you don't need to take your keys out of your pocket to get in there. Just make sure you have them on your person. One of the things I would like to see on the XSE for 23 that they did on the SE sedan is the rocker panels down here. I would like to see the rocker panels color to match the wheels. I think that would have been a nice extra styling cue on there, and I think they could have did it at the same price. Let's go ahead and swing around to the back. So similar to what we saw up front on the Corolla, the tail lights are also all LEDs for 2023, and I really like the way they swing around and cover the back nicely. This is a really cool look here. Gloss black trim up on the tops of the bezels, so it really ties it in nicely with that gloss black roof line. By the way, the Corolla hatchback is not available with a moonroof. You've got a LED third brake light, rear window defrost, rear washer wiper. This window does not open. And then across the back you've got your Toyota badge, backup camera right here, chrome Corolla, and then red XSE, and the lower fascia they left it alone for 2023. So it's a gloss black trim with that satin silver finish, And then on the outer edges, these are reflectors. They're not lights here, but a really cool light package here. Let me see if I can turn off these lights so you can see those. Yeah, so that's a pretty interesting look. I really think they nailed it with the style of this one. Let's go ahead and pop that hatchback open. So one advantage to the hatchback is the cargo room in the back is a little bit taller than you'd get on the sedan. The hatch itself, this is not power, but notice it does pull up and out of the way quite nicely so you won't bang your head on it. And then there are some assist handles right there as well. But again, it's not a power lift. And then the hatchback does come standard with a temporary spare tire. You've got your tool kits here and here, and there's plenty of room in here for emergency equipment, jumpers, cables, first aid kits, what have you. And then there's some storage compartments down here as well. So the hatchback does provide a little bit more storage. They've got this nifty little hook right here, so when you bring that up, you just hook it on there. And then the floor itself is nice and flat. Here, there's a cargo cover here as well, which, by the way, is removable. You can just pop it off and get it out of there if you need that extra cargo room. There's a little package shelf here, but I wouldn't put anything heavier than, say, a couple baseball caps on top of there. We do have the fold-down seats, so a 40 or 60% fold-down seat. For longer items, there's tie-down hooks in all four corners. There's a cargo light right there. So it's got a decent amount of space. I wouldn't say it's a station wagon amount of space, but I do like when you fold those seats down, if you have some big items you want to slide into the back seat and maybe set up on top of the back seat here, you've got nice clearance in the back here as well. So there is some versatility in the hatchback that you're not going to find in the sedan version of the Corolla. Under the hood on the XSE edition is the larger of the Corolla engines. So this is your 2-liter 16-valve double overhead cam gasoline engine. It's not available as a hybrid in the hatchback for 2023, perhaps next year. 169 horsepower out of this engine, and it's connected to a CVT automatic transmission. We have electric power steering. We have electric braking on here. This also comes standard with Safety Sense 3.0 for 2022, so they've upgraded the driver assist package on here for 2023. Front wheel drive, of course. XSE has a sport tuned suspension, so it's going to be a little more firm ride, but it's also going to handle really nicely at high speeds. Fuel economy combined is 33 miles per gallon, city and highway. We've got a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty standard, and then you do get Toyota Care. Toyota Care covers basic maintenance, so your oil changes, your fluid top-offs, and your tire rotations. Toyota is going to cover that at no additional charge for 2 years or 25,000 miles. And then you also get roadside assistance coverage for 2 years or 25,000 miles, part of the Toyota Care package. So jumping in here on the driver's side, we'll take a quick look at the door panel. Not any major changes here on the door panel. The XSE trim has all black with the white stitching and a padded Softech armrest, gloss black trim here and here with the silver trim as well. Power mirrors, power door locks, one touch up and down on all four windows, bottle holders and speakers in the doors. And then taking a look at the seats. So the XSE does come with the full power driver's seat with power recliner, lumbar support, and then this is a combination, kind of a dark gray, light gray, Softech with white stitching, and this is cloth in the middle. Really nice, comfortable seat with a height adjustable headrest and a height adjustable seat belt. And then also there's an airbag down here right in the seat, so when you move the seat forward, the airbag moves forward with it. Gas door release is down here. Hood release, dimmer switch for your dash lights is here. On off for your automatic high beams, so the high beams can be set up to go from high to low all by themselves. gas and dead pedal where you'd expect them, and then a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. 4 vents across the front, more of that silver trim, up, down, on, off, left, right. And then they did use the white stitching up here as well. Let's jump in and grab a seat. Behind the wheel of the XSE, there is actually quite a bit of room up front. A couple things. Can't get a moonroof. It's not available, so headroom is awesome. The amount of legroom up here is surprisingly nice. I've got the driver's seat all the way back. I want to show you the legroom. I could not drive it from here, or at least I wouldn't feel comfortable driving it from here. So I think as long as you're under 6 feet, I think you're going to be pretty good. It really depends on how your body's proportioned, but I think it's pretty comfortable, and I think there's plenty of room up here for average folks. Leather steering wheel, not available as a heated steering wheel, just simply leather. Cruise controls over here. Lane tracing is over here. You've got controls for your sound system here if you want to change the channels. We've got a driver's side airbag with more of that silver trim that we saw over on the door and on the vents. Over on this side, we've got our controls for our multi-information center, which is going to be up here in the dashboard. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. We also have controls for our sound system, volume, voice activation for your smartphone as well. One of the things I find interesting on the 23 Corolla hatchback is we still have paddle shifters. So on the sedan, we don't. For 2023, they did away with them on the sedan, but on the hatchback we've got them. Rear washer wiper controls with intermittent settings. Front washer wiper controls are right there. And then over on the side here, we've got our headlight controls with our daytime running lights, auto on and off for those headlights. The XSE edition does have fog lights, so all the controls are there. Of course, your turn signals are here as well. One of the features I like about the turn signals is if you just tap it once, the indicator blinks 3 times and then automatically shuts itself off. So if you're just doing a lane change, you can go ahead and just tap on it and away it goes. Now, as far as the gauge cluster for 2023, they did change it up a bit. It's not as colorful as it was last year. It's still a digital cluster on the XSE trim. Engine temperature over here, speedometer, fuel indicator, fuel gauge over here, and then some of your information is on this side as well. There's also a digital clock and an outside temperature, and then you can use the switches right here on the steering wheel to toggle through some of your settings for personalizing the car. For instance, if you want to personalize the safety sense settings, you can do that. Your sound system, your cruise control. So all of those controls, all of those features are controlled right here. I think it's a nice, easy to read, clear gauge cluster, but it is a little less flashy than it was last year. You can see they also have some of that silver trim up around here as well, and then going up over the sound system and all the way over into the passenger side there as well. One of the big things that Toyota is proud of this year is the center stack here, your sound system. Well, first off, this one has the JBL audio system, so you've got 8 speakers and an amplifier. There's additional tweeters up in the A-pillars on both sides. It's a pretty darn good sound system. For most people, I think it's going to work out just fine. But Toyota is now developing their own software for their sound systems, and so for 2023, although the head unit looks similar, they actually eliminated 8 different switches. So there were 9. There were 4 buttons on this side, there were 4 on this one, there was a dial over here. Now there's just 1 on and off and volume control, and of course you have volume controls here on your steering wheel as well. But the software works really fast, so it's pretty easy to move through here. It's plenty sensitive to touch, and then you pretty much can control everything just by touching on it versus having the physical buttons. New for 2023 is wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa compatible, and then you still get Sirius satellite radio, 3 months of the Platinum subscription at no charge. I do want to show you the backup camera. I think it's a little nicer, a little bigger, a little brighter this year than it was last year. And then we do, on the hatchback, we don't have path projection. I'm kind of surprised by that. When you get into the hybrid SE sedan, they do include path projection, so that's a little difference between the two. 2 vents here, 4 ways are right here. Automatic heating and air conditioning, and it's dual zone on the XSE versus single zone on the lower trims. Front window defrost, rear window defrost, heated outside mirrors also, so push that button in, gets the ice and snow off of the outside mirrors. Still using a lot of gloss black trim on the inside. Some like it, some don't. Let me know in the comments if you like it. Dashboard is padded and fabric, and then it's stitched as well, so just a nice good quality feel to the dashboard with the stitching and the actual fabric versus being a plastic dashboard. Heading down further, a couple things down here I want to point out. We do have wireless charging, so you can just drop your smartphone in there and it'll charge. There's also a USB-C port right here, so 2 different ways to charge up front. Heated front seats, not in the back but up front. That's standard on the XSE trim. Push button start with the smart keyless entry system, so you get 2 remotes to go with that. The center stack, again, coming with the fabric with the stitching, just a nice quality feel and look to it. And then we have our drive mode settings right here, traction control on and off. I mentioned earlier, this is a CVT automatic transmission, so it does have the manual shift, which is all really virtual, not a real mechanical shift. And then we have a leather wrapped shifter with some more silver here and silver down there, so they really tie it together tastefully with the gloss black and the silver trim. 2 cup holders in the middle here. This is kind of a redesign from 2022. One of the things I like that they did was they designed this one here so you can set your phone in there as well, so you've got a couple different places to put your phone. There's a cup holder here. We do have an electronic parking brake and parking brake hold, so all the braking and all the steering is now electronic. Our center armrest, the armrest does slide in and out like that, so you can extend it. Fabric, padded with this white stitching again. And then underneath here there's a small storage compartment with a 12 volt and 1 more USB-C. And then there's some channels right here, so when you put your wires in, you can close the glove box and still have access to those cords out the front. Here's a quick look at the passenger seat, same as the driver's seat, same features. Passenger assist grip, side curtain airbags in here as well as side impact airbags, as well as a dashboard airbag. And then up here we have lighted vanity mirrors, LED lights in the 2023. And then we also have visor extensions as well on both front visors. As far as the rear view mirror goes, the standard rear view mirror is a manual day-night mirror, but they also offer the frameless mirror with the home link as well for an upcharge. Overhead, this is all new for 2023. They went with a full LED lighting setup. I do have to say this is not the brightest of lights, you can see there. So I don't think you're going to be able to read a book or anything like that at night. I don't know why they're so dim, but wish they were brighter. We do have Safety Connect here, so that gets you your roadside assistance. Toyota includes that for 2 years or 25,000 miles, part of the Toyota Care package. Here's a quick look at our glove box. A nice size glove box. Of course, you do get the owner's manuals. And then finally, the passenger door does have pockets, bottle holders, those types of things. So very similar to what we see here on the driver's side. Let's go ahead and jump in the back seat. Taking a look at the back door, it's very similar to what we saw up front with the gloss black trim, power windows, the white stitching, padded armrest. There's a speaker down here. The bottle holder or cup holder is here in the door. I don't care for that, and here's why. Put a cup of soda in there or a coffee cup, slam the door, and you're going to have it all over the front seat and floor. So I really don't like it when they put it there. If it's a bottle of water with a cap on it, it's probably good, but I can see the kids spilling their hot chocolate everywhere. Let's grab a seat. Here's a quick look at the front seat from the back seat. The back seat on the Corolla Hatchback, regrettably, is not the most spacious back seat. There are 3 seat belts back here, so hypothetically you could fit 3 people back here. 2 adults with the seats forward, I think would be comfortable. I've got this front seat in my driving position where I'd have it. I'm 5'7", just to give you an idea of leg room. There might be about 3 inches of leg room, maybe 4. So it's going to be tight. It is not a people mover, that's for sure. Pockets, though, on both back seats. Toyota's done away with that largely on the driver's seat, but the Corolla hatchback still has the passenger side or driver's side. This is new for 2023. USB-C ports in the back. Last year they weren't even available on here, so finally Toyota steps up there. Thank you, Toyota. Overhead LED lighting, passenger assist grips, coat hooks back here. Same style of the seat with the fabric inserts. As I mentioned, there's 3 seat belts. There's child safety seat anchors back here, although I would say it's probably going to be pretty tight. There are height adjustable headrests in the back here as well. And then there is a center armrest that kind of comes down like that and has cup holders in it. My only criticism of this is it doesn't rest on the seat right here. Notice how it's suspended above the seat. And I have found that sometimes when it's like this, a person goes to get out and they lift themselves up off of this and they snap that off. I prefer the ones that actually rest flat on the seat, and you're less likely to have a broken armrest. But it is nice to have the extra cup holders back here as well. Headroom is pretty decent. I don't know if it's great, but it's pretty decent. Again, I'm 5'7", and I think it does okay. And then I mentioned earlier the armrest with the cup holders I think is a bad deal. As soon as you slam that door, you're going to spill everything all over the place. But it really is a 2-passenger, sometimes a 3-passenger or 4-passenger car, but it's going to be pretty tight for big adults in the back seat. So that's a quick look at this brand new 2023 Toyota Corolla XSE Hatchback. Some nice changes up front with the headlights, some new wheels on here, some really cool upgrades on the interior with your multi-information center. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to order one, give us a call here at Smart Toyota and we can order one out for you. Hopefully have it before the middle of the year in 2023. Inventory is still an issue, so order yours today. Thanks for watching.